Hello, so we're going to dive right into Module 7 discussion on the use of heuristics to influence public opinion and sway policymakers such as elected officials. So, what is heuristics? Heuristics are mental shortcuts that allow people to solve problems by making judgments quickly and efficiently. These rules of thumb strategies shorten decision making time and allow people to function without constantly stopping to think about their next course of action. However, while there are some benefits such as helping with job seeking and home buying, there are also certainly some drawbacks to using heuristics. Such as that can lead to cognitive biases, such as reduction of mental efforts to make choices and decisions. So, one example of a headline that I found that used heuristics to influence the general public and direct and sway policymakers is when the product manager and whistleblower for Facebook publicly came out to detest how Facebook prioritizes profit over safety by suggesting that the Facebook algorithms and platform design is responsible for inciting misinformation, hate speech, and ethnic violence. And even goes further to support this by referencing how Facebook's public admission of guilt that engagement based rankings are dangerous without integrity security based systems was made publicly. She also offers an immediate solution to this having non-content based models, arguing that these non-content based models will protect the most vulnerable people in the world who utilize Facebook, such as children. So then we dive further into gathering that information and seeing how that the whistleblower used heuristics to then further support her stance on Facebook algorithms and product designs being responsible for the use of misinformation, hate speech, and ethnic violence because they then offer immediate solutions such as having a non-content based model, ensuring that the model is the way to protect the most vulnerable people who use Facebook, such as children, which that offers a cognitive bias because that hasn't been deeply and objectively studied enough in order to cite that that is specifically what will help protect the world from harmful social media algorithms and platform design there. And then we also can dive further because per the Pew Research Center's November survey, it reveals that the public is relatively split when it comes to whether the algorithms for finding false information on these platforms are are harmful or helpful for society at large. And there are also views on these algorithms' performance and impact, and finds that the Republicans are particularly opposed to such algorithms, echoing that partisan divides in other center research related to technology and online discourse. And also that the widespread use of computer programs by social media companies that find false information on their sites. Of those, that 38% of US adults think that this is a good for society. However, 31% say that this is a bad idea for society, and similarly others share that they are not sure. Now, companies have also taken action on posts they determine contain falsehoods, including adding fact checking labels to detect misinformation related to the 2020 presidential election and the coronavirus as well. Many people say that they've seen downstream impacts of algorithms work. That about three-quarters of social media users say they have seen information on social media sites that have been flagged or labeled false. While this is certainly helpful to support Hodgins stands on the use of social media algorithms and platform design being harmful towards the general public when it comes to misinformation. Not enough has been deeply studied to determine that these algorithms are as impactful. Now, when it comes to the second part of the discussion, we dive into whether my proposed positive social media intervention for mental health and wellness among working adults will also be helpful or harmful. So for me, what I have found is that it can be both helpful and harmful, in that people may be suspicious of this because disclosing information about mental health they may question an authenticity about disclosing that information. It may make them feel that they are not in a safe space. So they may have apprehension about sharing those personal experiences, as it may raise doubt in their mind about privacy breaches or data misuse. And some individuals might question the authenticity of the mental health campaign, suspecting that it may be sincere or driven by an ulterior motive. Studies also show that these are based in social judgments that demonstrate a number of diverse phenomena that were far difficult to explain within a single theoretical framework. Prominent examples of this are false consensus and false uniqueness. So I reference this in terms of the mental health, the proposed positive media campaign on mental health awareness among working adults, and that people may hold a false consensus because they may take a groupthink approach when it comes to disclosing this information and think that they have to automatically agree with those who are also facing the same mental health challenges and issues. So this may be a false type of uniqueness or false consensus as well. It may lead to self enhancement and self depreciation. Thank you so much for allowing me to express my feedback on this discussion board. Thank you.